Oh my God, Peter and I, 2016,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It was a phone call.
Yeah, it was a phone call.
I was like, help!
Welcome to another episode of The Secret Ingredients to Real Estate, and today we have our lovely guest, Dimitri Miras, and a special guest, we have Andre the Giant, also known as Peter from
Pineapple Financial.
Awesome, and today we're going to be talking about mortgages, the new trends, interest rate hikes, and how to afford property in Toronto. So I'm going to leave it to Dimitri to tell us more about what you're cooking today.
Okay, today, since we're at the end of the summer, everybody's rushing around to get the kids ready for the school, go back to school
yeah.
and whatnot. So we're going to do something very, very simple. We're going to do some burgers.
Yes.
And since I forgot to buy
my
beef,
favorite.
and I've been thank you. and I've been banned from the barbecue,
Yes.
right? So we're gonna put them in the oven, but I'll show you how to do. Very easy. It's healthy.
Yeah.
And we do have a lot of very simple ingredients. And for potatoes today, actually, we're gonna use some garlic potatoes
Okay.
that they are frozen, but actually real potatoes. They're not sort of processed.
Oh, beautiful. So it's
So-
all fresh, organic.
So we're going to put both, cooking sheets in the oven, and 20 minutes later, voila, we're gonna have dinner.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay,
All right.
well, can you tell us a little bit more about Peter? Because you and Peter have been working together for some time.
Oh my God, Peter and I, 2016,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It was a phone call.
Yeah, it was a phone call.
I was like, help! So Peter came through, right? And we've done many deals since then, and some very difficult deals. Peter has, definitely helped many of our clients for sure. And Peter, why don't you kind of give us a little bit of what happened in the last little while? All the 10 increases in interest rates.
Everybody knows the rate increase, sizz. I'll say sizz because there's plural, there's so many. I can't even keep count anymore. It's definitely changed the market. It's changed the way that I do business. It's changed the way that you do business. It's changed the way that the world looks at real estate and mortgages and all that good stuff. I always tell clients to please don't look at the rate anymore.
Yes.
Let's look at the monthly payment. Can you afford your monthly payment of whatever it is that you're trying to do? Refi, purchase, whatever that looks like. If you can, let's just put the rate aside right now until we can talk about it being under 6 or 7% again. So that's kind of a new...
Yeah, I agree with you, but just to be fair to our clients, the prices have not gone drastically down. Like the market is not crashing like everybody's reporting, but definitely now is the time to buy, I think. And if you can lock in, maybe a 2 or 3 year mortgage rate, right? Then in the long run, you'll be ahead of schedule. That's at least my personal opinion. And as a realtor.
Yeah.
All right, so, you ready to get your hands dirty and do some cooking with us?
Yeah, look, I even rolled up my sleeves.
Okay, awesome. Let's get started on the secret ingredients.
Okay, secret ingredients. We're gonna start with turkey minced meat. Okay, and that's
There you go.
half a pound or a pound. Actually, it's a pound. Sorry, and chicken. I mix them always. Don't mind the large knife. Okay, so once we do that, for each of the pound, I have, bear with me, 1 egg for each pound. So, Peter, can you please crack the eggs there? You get to crack the eggs, yes.
Where are the eggs from?
The eggs are, actually today I did shop Food Basics.
Okay.
And apparently, according to TikTok, is the hottest supermarket.
Food Basics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, trust me. And 1 cup of, you can make your own breadcrumbs.
Okay.
And they can be seasoned or non-seasoned, okay? So this is easy to to follow, right?
Yeah.
1 egg per pound, 1 cup of breadcrumbs per pound, right? And then we would need salt and pepper because today I'm using a secret ingredient.
Yeah.
And this is onion soup.
Oh, wow.
Soup de onion. Usually I would.
That is like,
I
that's
remember back in the day when we used to add that to sour cream and you make your chips and dip.
Right, but if you
Instead of
use
however
this, traditionally I would grate, fresh onions
Right.
and fresh garlic, but this is the secret.
I always call Dimitri, I say, I know you just cooked this on our show, but can I get the ingredients?
I know.
And she's like, it's in the email. Don't you get the emails from us? It's right in there.
And then in that, we're going to add 2 cups of water. You can add milk, you can add, well, we're not going to add any olive oil or anything like that, but I think 2 cups of water will be perfect, or 1.5. You just play with it. Now, Peter, I don't know if you want to get your hands dirty or you want me to do that.
It's okay, I'll get my hands dirty.
Okay, sure. Don't overwork the meat, but yeah, keep massaging it until it's a nice
Peter,
and
while you're doing that,
consistent.
can you tell us how you got into mortgages?
Yeah, I absolutely can. I used to be production manager at a manufacturing company, and sadly or not so sadly, I got divorced. So I wanted a full change in career. I hated the corporate world, and then my current wife now said she wanted to do mortgages. I said, okay, well, I'll just join you. I'll just take the exam just for support, and then my.
Massage.
Get in there, buddy, get in there. So you got your license?
I got my license. First year, I did like 12 deals, which was apparently pretty good. And then it was like...
And you always started at Pineapple?
No, I used to be with another firm, but I didn't really like it.
Okay.
There was no training, there was no support, there was no
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But I got it when I switched, and then I actually wanted to be a financial advisor, but
Oh, wow.
something kept bringing me back to mortgages, so I just ran with it, and here
Well,
we
we're
are
going to ask
today.
you some financial advising questions too.
Sure
So,
you
so tell us a little bit more about how you met.
You want me to put it in?
No, that's
Wash my
it.
hands?
This
Yeah.
is it.
So tell us how you met Shubha and the Pineapple Crew, and what do you think about that whole name? And it's kind of weird, right? Because Pineapple Mortgages. I haven't talked to Shubha about it yet, but eventually.
I actually used to DJ for Kendall, who was one of
Oh.
the. So I've known Kendall since high school.
Okay.
So
Oh,
once
wow.
I heard that he was
Yeah.
starting something,
There's
I
soap
was,
in the other side. There you go.
I was all in 100% right away.
Okay.
So I left right away. He mentored me, so it was like when I started just following the process, listening to what he says, and my business took off.
So were you at the oh my God, the basketball game 2 years ago?
I was, and last year.
And I was there last year, 2 years ago,
Well then,
with my son.
well we almost won. So
We were the ones that lost a long time ago.
yeah, so I go to that, support that all the
Okay.
time. We have a team. Yeah, there's we do very well.
Pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, so that's cool. If you want to make quarter pounders, granny method, okay? You use the top of a jar, you oil it and you fill it with your meat, and then it's very simple. It just kind of literally comes out, okay? And we're going to place those in the oven at about 425 degrees for about 20 minutes, and then it'll be ready to eat.
That's amazing.
And this is the perfect size for if there's no shrinkage, or even if there's shrinkage, this is if it's perfectly on your what you call it, on your burger buns.
Those are huge patties, dude.
Those are huge patties.
It's a quarter pounder.
Yeah, oh. I guess it shrinks, right? Because
It will shrink eventually, right? So okay. Oh, and if I'll switch here for a moment.
So Peter, tell us a little bit more about what's the difference between working with a mortgage broker versus a bank, and what can you do that's better than the bank?
Okay, the difference is, I always equate that to going to Costco. So you go to Costco and you can buy bulk. So if you work with the bank, you only have access to whatever the bank has access to.
So the bank is Costco, or you're Costco?
I'm Costco. And so if you work with a broker, you have a variety of choices. You can go to. I have access to 42 different lenders as private.
Okay.
So we can pretty much get, I wouldn't say anything done, but almost
anything.
Almost anything done.
And so most people will go to a mortgage broker when deals are a little bit challenging, they're difficult, and you get a reputation that mortgage brokers are known for shady deals.
Yes, but I don't work that way, and there's definitely some agents that have, just like on the realtor space, have work in that market. I definitely don't work in that market because I think I have smarts enough to get deals done the traditional way.
Okay.
So it's I'll offer you a deal.
It feels like I just attacked him.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll offer you a deal where even if you go to Scotia and I go to Scotia, I could possibly get you a better deal. Or we
So if I went to Scotia Bank, and they offered me, let's say, what's the current rate right now?
Depends on what you're doing. So if it's a purchase, it's 5.54.
So if I went to the Scotia, they offered me 5.54. Can you get me less at Scotia?
Yes.
How?
Volume.
Interesting.
Because you're going in there. My volume.
Oh.
Well, I would say Pineapple's volume, but my volume, I do a lot of deals with Scotia as well. So if you walk in, you may have a, I don't know, $600,000 mortgage, but then I could have 10 million with Scotia. Okay. So of course I'm going to get that deal.
Okay. And you can get like 10 basis points better, 20 basis points better?
10 basis points, possibly 20, depending on what it is.
Okay. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So it's options is what we can offer the client versus just whatever Scotia has or TD or whatever.
Awesome. So let's talk about the market.
Yeah.
So we're 1 year in, we've had what, 10 increases, 12 increases?
11 to 12, I think now.
11 to 12 increases. And there's rumors that rates are going to continue to increase over the next 6 months. Affordability is becoming challenging. What is your take on the real estate market? How long have you been doing mortgages for again?
I've been doing mortgages since 2014.
2014, so that's a long time.
Yes.
So what's your take on the market?
I get that question asked probably, 4 times a day. Okay. My take on the market, you love this because you're realtors. I say, if you get in, get in. Okay. My take is...
So the good time to buy is yesterday.
Now. Is always now.
Is always now.
You can't keep up with that. So you can't... If you wait, we have a client that waited, that's, I think, still waiting. And there's been... I forget
chasing the market.
Trying to chase the market, and it increases $100,000 plus a year. So how can you... When we looked, he was trying to look at or purchasing at under 500, and now you can't get anything under 500.
Right, or and I do have other clients that we started 3 years ago, where a townhouse was 650, and we're gonna wait a year, and then it was 750, 800. Last year, but March, February, March, it was like 925. We're gonna wait, and even with the market rate, the mortgage increases, we're still at 780. We're catching up, and we cannot. We can't. You cannot chase the market.
Okay, so I can't help but see that there's onions and tomatoes here on the counter.
Well,
onions and tomatoes.
Well, okay. So here's the potatoes that I mentioned to you earlier in private. That these are already seasoned, right?
Right.
And they're delicious.
In private?
Yes.
Okay.
When I arrived.
Did you slip me any money there? I can't remember.
No. you didn't. Okay, all right, now I'm blushing. And it's not the hot weather or the oven.
Awesome. Gotcha.
Yes, one of the few times, right? But anyways, these are frozen. They're fresh potatoes that have been sort of pre-seasoned. Okay. And they're delicious. You put them in the oven, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maximum, and they come out nice and crispy, and squeeze of lemon, and we're ready to go. So this is going in the oven with the burgers, okay?
Okay. But then what are the onions for?
Well, I don't eat onions. I don't touch onions.
Yes.
So anybody that wants a burger and wants an onion and tomato and lettuce.
I forgot we're making burgers.
Yeah, you need toppings. Eat your vegetables.
Right. And they're super fresh, right? So, Peter, do you know how to slice onions?
I do.
Okay. All right. So let's do that.
So Peter, what do you think is the state of the housing market moving forward? Let's not give the sales answer that buy now. And I know we admit that we should be buying now, but what is the actual state of the market?
Here, I think the state of the market, as you know, is, I would say, up in the air.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it's going to crash. I'm not going to use those terminologies because I don't think that it is, because you still get on offers. There's on certain properties you still get multiple offers.
Yeah.
So I don't think that the market's going to be there. I think that I think we're Canadian.
Yes.
So we're skeptical, right? So Canadians want to see, is the rates going to go up, or are the rates going to go up? When are the rates going to go down? Is the market going to?
And that's a new thing, because nobody really used to watch the rates like hawks until recently. It's in the last year and a half that people actually they understand inflation rise with the rate hikes, and so until now it was nobody actually understood.
Yeah. Again, it's the internet, right?
Yeah.
So people are being educated.
Yes.
They're well, what does this cost? What is the amortization? What is the term? Before, we had to explain that to clients, and they're coming into us now with these questions.
And everyone's talking about real estate right now. Everyone. I've walked on the streets and heard cops, talking about their mortgages and affordability and variable versus fixed, and those who bought last year, and there's no rhyme or rhythm. How do those guys who bought 2 years ago on a variable mortgage rescue themselves from a bankruptcy or from losing their homes?
It's talking to a professional. So it's either, do I lock in or can I write it out? Did I actually do a static payment, meaning which I got into a variable term, but my payment was, say, $3,000, and then throughout the term it stays at $3,000.
Yeah.
Instead of increasing, going up and down
Right.
with the rates. So this is where us as professionals need to be professionals and have these conversations with clients and say, do you want to lock in? Here's where I see the trend's going. I have some diehard clients that won't lock in because they think it's going to come down, but I had some people, as soon as the first rate increase hit, they were like, oh, I need to lock in.
And that was smart of them to lock then.
It was smart because
in hindsight,
because they locked in at 1.99. So if you looked at 1.99,
I want a mortgage at 1.99.
Yeah, if you look at that today, who has 1.99? So I have clients that call me, even to the day when the rates go up or the rates have gone up, then it's thank God that we locked in at whatever it was, right? Or you got me. I have one client that's at 1.25 for another 2 years. So it's
that's amazing.
That's nowadays.
I wish I was.
Wish you were smart enough. So, I work with a lot of agents in the US as well. And it's interesting because their mortgages are fixed for 10, 20, 30, forever.
Yeah, forever.
And they don't have to.
They don't have terms like we do.
Yeah.
So it's just.
What's better? Well, I know what's better, but what's better for the consumer?
I believe that, because this is what we know, is having a term, right? So if you have a term, if you're going to have a mortgage that you get and it's 30 years, but you have this one payment for 30 years, well, what happens when you have to refinance? What happens when I need to pull money out because I need to buy a car, or I need to pull money out because I got to support my kids to go to school?
Right.
What does the penalty look like on those type of mortgages versus...
So here in Canada, we're using our homes as a bank to leverage so that we can pay for school, buy cars.
Absolutely.
And in the States, they can't. They have to get second, third loans or notes.
Or pay
a penalty.
A penalty to break their mortgage. So that happens here all the time too, right?
Yeah.
People pay a penalty to break their mortgage.
Yeah.
Wow.
And with certain lenders, it's higher than others, right? So this is why I always push a monoline lender, because a monoline lender, if you break your mortgage within whatever term that is, it's cheaper to break.
Okay.
So
awesome.
I'll give you an example. I had a deal with one of the top 5.
Yes.
And it was an $809,000 mortgage. Penalty to break that mortgage was $62,000.
Wow.
I have similar $899,000 to break that mortgage was $23,000. So
that's a huge difference.
That's a huge
difference. Yeah.
Same rate, same term, same qualifications. It's just one's a monoline lender, strictly deals in mortgages, and one is was a top 5 bank. I'm not gonna say who.
So Demetria, just before we go to break, can you tell us what we're doing now, and then we'll go to break right after.
Okay. Well, now Peter will slice all the onions.
But do you need all the onions?
No.
Just this one, I think.
Just okay.
We have to cook the wife later.
Okay, and then maybe a couple tomatoes. We have lettuce, and we'll count on you for condiments like ketchup and
I
mustard.
hope I have enough ketchup, mayo, mustard,
and
definitely have
things
hot
like
sauce.
that, right?
Hot sauce.
And at the break, we'll make sure that everything is laid out, and 20 minutes, we'll have dinner ready, and
there you go. Well, let's break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Awesome.